The most important habit that I've been doing every week is my weekly review. I've been doing it for over 24 months, over 2 years, and I've refined the process, found the things that work, and got rid of the things that didn't work to create my optimized weekly review. And I've been able to do it. And what I've realized from doing it is I built a whole new level of self awareness about my sleep, about my health, about my mental clarity, what fears I have, where my attention constantly goes, and what's holding me back. And being able to journal and review myself weekly, I've been able to make significantly more progress than I had if when I wasn't doing these weekly reviews, because I've got that new self-awareness and I can come up with plans and actions to overcome the things that are holding me back. Now, I first learned about doing a weekly review after reading the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, one of the best books and most recommended books that you'll probably have as well. And if you've read it, in the first chapter, it talks about how to get the most out of the book. And point 8, he talks about a story of how this guy he knew was conducting weekly reviews every Saturday. He would think and reflect on what he had done well during the week, what he hadn't done well during the week, what lessons he learned, and how he could improve next week. And I thought this was a really good idea, something that I could start implementing in my life. And so I did it. I took the plunge and I wrote down on a Word document things I did well during the week, things I could improve, and lessons I learned. And ever since then, this was about 2 years ago, I started on the 1st of January 2022. It's in March 2024 now, so I've been doing it over 2 years, and I've refined the process. I'm going to show you and take you through now what my weekly review looks like. So this is the template that I have for my weekly review, and it's split into 3 sections. I recap what I've done during the week, I review my goals, and I create a plan for next week. It's pretty simple, 3 sections. And so when I recap the week, what I do is I have a journal, and every single day I write in my journal of things I did well and things I could improve on. And then I'll write down the date here, and I'll reflect and look through my journal, what improvements or mistakes did I make during the week. And then I write down how I could improve on this next time. So recently I had one where I'd gone about my day and I was trying to film videos, but I didn't have time to do them. And the reason I didn't have time is because I hadn't scheduled it into my calendar. So I reflected on the fact that I hadn't done what I wanted to do, and the improvement that I made was putting it and scheduling it into my calendar, and I've done it, and now I'm filming the videos now. So that's an improvement that I made. Then I looked through my diary, write down the date, what was an achievement that I made during the week, and what did I learn and the lesson I took from being able to accomplish that. So once I've gone through the improvements and the achievements, I then think and write down where was my attention during that week. So for each day I write down where was my attention and what was the constraint of the thing holding me back from going to where I want to get to. And once I'm done that, I list out the 3 lessons that I learned during the week and reflect on those. How could I implement these lessons into my life going forward? And then I brain dump all the different tasks that I've got on my mind and then add them to my to-do list. Once I've done my recap of the week, I then go through and review my goals. I've got 2 main goals that I'm working towards, and then I update my weekly progress here for both goals and the minimum standard that I set myself for. Did I achieve this? Yes or no? And so I'll copy this and I'll put it here. And then if I didn't achieve it, I get rid of the yes and have no. If I did achieve it, I'll get rid of the no and put yes. And then I'll go over here and I'll identify the constraints that I've got. Why didn't I hit the minimum standard for this goal this week? And I'll write down some reasons why. And then I'll go and I'll reflect on those reasons why and what was the root cause of the issue. And then once I've identified the root cause of the issue, I'll create a plan to overcome that and make more progress next week. And then once I've got the plan, I come down here and I write out what are the tasks that I've got to focus on completing next week. So then I have 2 sections, my progress tasks and the fun activities or to-do list tasks that I've got to do during the week. My progress tasks are based off the plan that I've put myself and also related to my goals to move my life forward and progress towards my goals. Then I've got my activities of what things that I've got to do. If I've got to go to work, am I seeing friends? I've got a social activity that I've got to go to, some sort of activity. I write them all out here. And then what I do is I click on this link, which takes me to my calendar, and then I plan out my week. How am I going to fit all these tasks into my week? rather than just having them as a to-do list, schedule them into the calendar has actually been really effective in helping me actually do the things that I know I've got to be doing if I've allocated time to actually do them. And then I'll send an email to myself of listing all the tasks that I've set myself to do for the week, and then I review what tasks I set myself last week to do, and I see if I've actually completed them or not. So that's my weekly review template that I use to review my week every single Saturday. I do it. Super simple and effective, and I found it really helpful in building that self-awareness by reflecting on the accomplishments and improvements that I could have made during the week, and then also planning ahead of how am I going to take the lessons I've learned, how am I going to fit all the tasks I've got to complete into my week going forward, and planning that week out. Now, I hope you actually go out. You can use this weekly review that I use as a template, create your own, find what works and what doesn't, and then I hope you actually go out and apply this, because you're not going to feel or experience any of the benefits if you don't take action. So go out and create your own weekly review. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.